You've now reached an important milestone in your career coaching experience. All the work you've done so far is to prepare you for this next step. You've learned about your personal characteristics, your interests, values, and skills. You've also explored many different occupations and learned about the different characteristics of those jobs, including things like education required, income, work tasks, and the job demand. Finally, you've used this information to narrow your list of potential best fit occupations down to a short list of possibilities that interest you and appear to be a good match. You're ready to use all this information and examine how the final career options you selected match your personal needs and characteristics. Then you can narrow your list down to that best fit occupation. The purpose of this video is to take you through the steps of the career match exercise. Then you'll be able to identify which occupation is most likely to be a good match for you. After viewing this video, you'll be able to identify your most important occupation characteristics, rate how your own characteristics match the level of your job choices, and rank your 3 occupations to finalize the occupation that fits you best. To complete the career match exercise, you'll need your completed occupational options worksheet, your completed transferable skills exercise, and your best fit occupations from your career exploration exercise. The career match exercise is found in session 3 in this career coaching training portal. There are 7 steps in the career match exercise. They include review characteristics, identify the most important characteristics, list your occupations, rate the characteristics of your occupations, find your overall totals, find your most important totals, and rank your occupations, including number 1. In step 1, you'll review several categories of characteristics that you'll use to rate your 3 career selections. The 2 single most important characteristics are matching your interests and making sure there's job demand or hiring potential for the job where you live. Note that job demand is not listed as one of the characteristics in this exercise. We'll show you how to include it in the next slide. At the bottom of page 1, you can add up to 3 additional job characteristics that are important to you. Be sure to list job demand or job potential where you live as one of your additional characteristics. Now you're all ready to begin your final rating. Step 2 lists the 8 job characteristics plus any you added. The instructions ask you to check the 4 characteristics that are most important to you. Be sure to check interest and job potential as 2 of your 4. These are the 2 most critical factors in getting a great job match. It doesn't do any good to find a perfect job for you and later learn that there aren't any opportunities for employment in that career. In step 3, list your top 3 occupations from your career exploration exercises. In step 4, you'll rank all of the characteristics against each of your 3 occupations. Your instructions are to write in the box next to each occupation the level of your match between what you want or prefer and what the occupation offers. Use a scale of 1 for a low match to 5 for a high match for each characteristic. Each characteristic is described in the exercise with more specific instructions on interpreting the 1 to 5 scale. You can use all of your information collected during your coaching process to help you with these ratings. Refer back to the results of your earlier exercises on My Occupational Options, your My Best Fit occupations, and your transferable skills exercises. The first characteristic is education. Rate each of your 3 occupations for how well the education or training you currently have or want to obtain matches the education or training needed for the occupation. The next characteristic rating is income. Rate how well the salary you would like to earn matches the average salary or wage for the occupations. All of the rest of the characteristic ratings in the career match are similar to education and income except for interests. Follow the instructions carefully for the interest rating. You'll need to use your FIT exercise results and count the number of top-rated interest letters you have for each of your 3 occupations. Complete the rest of the characteristics ratings. For job demand or job potential, use what you've learned in your information interviews, job shadowing, or questions of OTE to determine what the potential is for you to get a job in that field. The work you did rating your interest against your top 3 jobs will show up in a summary sheet for you in Step 5. Enter the total score from your characteristics ratings for each occupation in the box provided. Now circle the scores on your total sheet for the top 4 characteristics you selected in Step 1. Step 6 will list your 4 top characteristics and provide you with a box for each of your occupations. Add up the circled scores from Step 5 for each of your 3 occupations and enter the totals in the box provided. Now it's time to take a look at your results and totals. You'll want to analyze how do the overall occupation totals for all characteristics differ across your 3 occupations. How do the 4 most important characteristics totals differ? And is the occupation with the highest overall occupation total the same as the occupation with the most important characteristics total? Think about all you've learned about yourself and the occupations. Where do you see yourself going in the future? Which occupation best fits that image? Use your totals, but consider other information you've learned in your exploration that may not be included in the exercise. There may be factors such as the amount of travel or the shifts you must work that may factor into your final decision. If you have questions or need to bounce all this information off someone, be sure to talk with a career coach, mentor, or your OTE representative. Now rank all 3 occupations from your career match exercise as first, second, and third. Congratulations! You've now made an informed decision about the occupation you think will best fit you. Next, you'll want to turn to building a career plan or career path that becomes your roadmap to pursue your first choice occupation.